Hello best friend and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having the most incredible day. This is the first time that you're watching my channel. My name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every day, so if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you literally found me. So grab a snack and a drink, hit that subscribe button. I would be very grateful. You guys, we gotta talk about Miss Madonna because she is on her tour, which looks so incredible. I mean, Madonna is somebody that oh my God, I feel like she's a legend, right? Like Madonna is a freaking, like when I think about like legends, I think like Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Diana Ross, Cher, Britney, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin. I mean, the list goes on. But Madonna is like, whoa. And you guys know Madonna has been around for a very long time. And she's always been a very, very supporter of the gays. The gays love her. She loves the gays. She's always supported. She's always shined a lot of light on AIDS and HIV. She has done a lot of work with charities over the years. She has been a spokesperson. I mean, she has fought the battle alongside the gays. I mean, you could tell her heart is coming from a very good place. But she made a speech last night in Amsterdam from her tour that's getting a lot of mixed reviews, you guys, because of a certain word that she used. So take a look at this speech. It's a beautiful speech in my opinion, but take a look at it and then we can talk.
I don't know if you understand this right now, but in the early 80s, it was not cool to be gay. It was not accepted to be gay. Did you know that? Yeah. Or do you just take it for granted right now? So to be able to stand up and say, I am a homosexual, was a very brave action. A very brave and courageous thing to say and do.
Still is.
Right, but the point isn't really about that. Can you imagine what it was like in that time when being gay was considered sinful and disgusting? When suddenly the vast majority of the gay community started dropping like flies and people were dying everywhere? When I say they were dying everywhere, I'm not exaggerating. Every day I would wake up and hear a new story, a new friend. I'd be visiting someone new. I'd be sitting by their bedside watching them die. Hundreds and hundreds. Meanwhile, nobody in the medical community wanted to do anything about it because they said, oh fuck it, they're faggots. They deserve to die. Yeah, that's what they said. It was a pretty devastating, scary time. And I personally lost so many friends, so many loved ones. I would have cut off my arms if I could have found a cure for them to live. I watched so many people die, male and female, children, straight, gay, etc. Because in those days people didn't test blood in the hospital for blood transfusions. So children were also ostracized if they had HIV. I don't know if you know that. In any case, it was a devastating time, and for me, it was like a whole generation was wiped out. And I watched my very best friend, Martin, die. I was holding his hand. He was suffering so much, he could barely breathe. He wanted me to play Maria Callas. He said, play Costa Diva. And I did. And I said, please, Martin, let it go. And I watched his spirit leave his body. And I don't know if you know this, but during Live to Tell, he is the first face that appears. And then there were so many others afterwards. I'm not saying this because I want you to feel sorry for me. I want you to recognize how lucky you are right now to be alive.
So, yes, the speech I think is wonderful. The speech, I think it's important to have that reminder that back in the day, it was very dark. Back in the day, it was very scary. Back in the day, was very eerie. You know what I mean? When it came to being gay, when it came to AIDS and HIV, it's a very scary thing. You know, I have somebody very close to me also who is living with HIV and got it, you know, back in the day as well. And, you know, luckily, I'm very grateful that he's doing amazing. But, you know, it was other times, it was very scary times back in the day. So now that now that Madonna is, you know, fast forward and she's on tour, she's like reminding, you know, the gays of now to kind of, you know, have more pride and understand where you come from and understand what people had to go through so that you can be free and you could, you know, now that there's so much medicine, that there's, you know, so much access to things and there's a lot more precaution or precaution. I don't know how to say that word. You know what I mean. Like you there's a more studies. You know what you should do. You know how you should, you know, take care of yourself and stuff. But I think she was just going down memory lane. But the use of that word, I think that's the only reason that a lot of people are like giving her shit for it, because that word, you just don't use it. You know what I mean? Like me being gay, I know that I'm allowed to use it, but I don't use it. I don't like it. For me, it's my personal opinion. Some people love it. Some people want to take the power, you know, the negative, you know, energy of it and just kind of take the power back for it. And for me, I just never use it. It's not my thing. But like, I understand where she was coming from. And I think you can tell in her face that she's like, oh shit. So she changed, you know, and she kept on with her speech. I think her speech was wonderful. I think that it had a lot of education. I think that it reminded us how fortunate we are to live in nowadays, you know, to live in a day where we, you know, for the most part, we could be out and proud. You know, there are still a lot of ignorant people out here. There's still a lot of ignorance when it comes to the gay society and stuff. But for the most part, you know, it's much better than it was back then. And we have access to a lot more things and, you know, access to awareness and access to education that back then, and support that we, you know, wouldn't have had back in the day. So I don't think to cancel Madonna, I don't think she did anything terrible. I think maybe the word of that she chose to use it took a lot, some people, you know, a little back. But if you watch the whole thing, I think it makes sense. I think what's going on that the internet loves to do is not post the whole thing, but just post that certain clip that, you know, incriminates the person, if you know what I mean. So I think she did a wonderful job. I think she did an amazing speech. I would have maybe not used the word if I'm being honest, but it is true. And I think we should be very grateful and fortunate to live in a world where, you know, we could have some support and that we have access to things that, you know, they didn't have access to. And a lot of people did lose their lives and there was a lot of discrimination. And honestly, there still is. I'm in Colombia right now, and trust and believe there's still a lot of discrimination. And, you know, I'll talk about that when I get back to Los Angeles. But, you know, it's hard to, people, you know, they keep on with the ignorance, and it is what it is. But, you know, it's speeches like that, I think, that are important for us gay guys to, you know, to kind of, you know, to be grateful for where we are now and to send a prayer for those who lost their life back in the day and those who are struggling now. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I would have taken the word out if I'm being very honest, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. I'm so grateful and thankful for you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.